I have a confession. I used to spend hours, hours and hours of my life playing video games. I wasn't able to get my work done, I wasn't able to focus, I couldn't do the important tasks, and this made me have this resentment for myself. I was unable to do the things that I really wanted to do. So one thing that was super important for me was just quitting, man. And today I'm going to teach you how to actually do that, because it's not easy. And maybe you want to, maybe you've tried. So did I. But here's the advice that actually helped me quit. And we're also going to talk about why this is so important as well, because that's something that not a lot of people understand. It's so important to actually just give it up. A guy like you and me, we can't play for 1 hour a day. It's not how it works. You've got to stop, you've got to quit, you've got to go cold turkey. So why? Why should you quit? And that's a question, right? Because everyone always gives you the easy advice, like, oh, 1 hour a day is okay, and just cut it down and just fill your time with the more important tasks. And this is advice that sounds really good. You hear this advice and it makes sense, and you think, oh yeah, of course I need to do X, Y, Z. Yeah, that makes sense. And then you try it and it doesn't work. Or you just put it in the back of your mind and you forget about it. And it's not actually helping you progress your life. Like, you might think this advice sounds nice, but it hasn't actually worked for you. I heard all this stuff, 1 hour a day, blah blah blah, but then you play for 1 hour a day, and then you think, oh, I can play for one extra hour, that's fine. And then 1 hour turns to two, and then to three, and then someone invites you onto their party, and now you're playing for four, and now five, and that becomes a worse problem, because now you're not fulfilling a promise that you made to yourself. And then in the future, what's going to happen next time you play for 1 hour? That 1 hour is going to turn into 2 hours. That's going to become a habit of repeated, overplaying, overstimulating yourself. And this is where it brings me to the most important thing. Okay, it's dopamine. That's what this is all about. It's about dopamine. When you're filling your mind with dopamine from video games, you're getting so much enjoyment, so much happiness, so much of your joy is coming from this false reality. It turns you into a zombie. You're not even in the real world anymore. Now you exist looking at this screen. If someone watches you playing this video game, you just like this. That's because your entire focus is inside of this virtual world. You're looking at this box, and no longer are you moving your legs and arms. Now you're moving your fingers to control the character. And here's my prop for the video as well. I got this PS5 controller. Now, before you guys start dissing me, I do not own a PS5. Okay, this is actually part of a business project, I'll have you know, which has been going very successfully recently. I've been making a lot of money fixing up these bad boys, so don't look at me like that, okay? I know you saw the thumbnail and you thought, oh my goodness, he's saying not to play video games, got a Never, okay? Never. I can't believe you'd even think that of me. That's crazy, man. Where was I? You sidetracked me talking about this PS5 controller. It turned you into a zombie. You turned into a little dopamine junkie. Oh. You're not even in reality anymore. You need to focus on the real world. If you're so focused on this virtual Call of Duty, Black Ops Zombies, or whatever game you're playing, if you want to be a pirate or some bullshit like that, you're not focusing on the real world and your real problems and the real things that are going to take you to the next level in life. And you're not focusing on the things that are actually going to improve you. You're focusing on, can I get level 10 in the video game? You're not focusing, can I get level 10 social skills, or can I get level 10 in the gym? That's how I've always thought about it, right? If you're playing these video games, you want to level up in the video game, you want to make progress, you want to become better, you want to become a stronger character. It steals all those inhibitions for you to improve and puts it inside of a box. If you instead focus all of that energy, all of that natural desire for improvement into the real world, what's going to happen is you're going to get a promotion, or I don't know, maybe you're going to start a business and make more money. Maybe you're going to make more friends because you want to develop that skill. You need to think about the skills of this character, of your real life character, not this virtual character who doesn't actually exist. The only way this virtual character exists is inside of this box. The only people who know this virtual character and respect this virtual character are other people with the boxes and virtual characters. It's not the real world. If you're playing GTA 5 and you're so interested in building money in that game, just shift that and instead build money in real life. You know, people are so obsessed with this video game version of their reality where they don't even focus on the real reality. Why are you so focused on spending 5 hours a day grinding on the vehicle cargoes to make a bit of money in GTA? You could be grinding in real life on your second business or your second job, or so obviously something that you want to grow. You don't just want to have a second job and just earn more money. That's meaningless. You want to have a goal and you want to have a desire and you want to have something to work towards, just like you do in GTA 5 while you're grinding. You know, you want to make 5 mil so you can buy that car or something like that. Well, it's the same in real life. You haven't yet defined those goals. So turn off the video games because it is not helping you. It makes you unable to achieve your tasks. It makes you an insignificant person in the real world. Sure, you may be the highest level GTA 5 player in the world. Oh my god, he's got 700 billion GTA bucks. But in reality, you know, you're not fit, you're not healthy, you don't know how to make friends in the real world, you're not a nice person to be around, you don't know how to cook, you don't even have a job maybe. And it's like you've been putting hundreds and thousands of hours in focus into a video game. What would have happened if you put that focus into the real you? You've neglected yourself. And that's what I realized about me. I neglected myself. I remember one time I spent 30 hours straight, no sleep. Maybe I did eat and go to the toilet. 30 hours playing one video game straight. And this wasn't some kind of like crazy once in a lifetime thing, like that was my first and last time playing. It wasn't my last time, no. Certainly was not my first time. The amount of hours I've spent on video games, honestly, I would not be surprised if you said 100,000 hours. No, I haven't done the maths in my head for that yet. What's 100,000 hours like? Okay, maybe not 100,000 hours. That's 4,000 days. That's like 12. No, that can't be right. I wouldn't be surprised if you said like 10,000 hours straight, not straight. 10,000, 20,000 hours on video games. I really would not be surprised at all if that was the truth. I've spent a lot of time and a lot of money. Sometimes I go back, I calculate how much money I spent on all these games in my Steam library. Oh my lord. Imagine if I put that into a business. I could have bought a car, I could have done anything. I could have gone on a few nice holidays. Imagine if I was smarter. So I feel so much shame. You know, I felt so much shame for that. And this just, it damages you. And then when you want to quit, you're addicted. And it's so hard, and you want to focus on your business or your self-improvement or going to the gym or whatever you're trying to focus on, but you can't focus on it because you've fried your brain with these high levels of dopamine that you can't sit down and think about something practical. It is physically impossible for you to sit down and think practically about something. And this is where you have to completely reverse that process. You have to take it out of your life. So here we're going to get into the advice side. You know, what I actually did to reverse this process and get rid of those video games, get rid of the thing that was harming me, that was doing damage to my life actively, a decision that I was making, a decision that I was habitually making. I think the first step, and it sounds crazy, but just get rid of your console or your PC Just get rid of it. You know, I remember I had an Xbox One X, right, and I was struggling with that. And one day I just sold it. I just sold it, and in fact, the guy offered me less than I could get it at CEX, but I just I just wanted it off my hands. I just wanted to get rid of it because I knew if it was there, it was a temptation. So you have to get rid of the temptation, whether that's a console or your PC or your laptop. And I know what you're thinking. Oh, but my PC, I need that for my work, for my business. Oh, my laptop, but I'm working on the business and I need it. Sell it and buy a new one. Simple. Buy one that can't play the games that you want to play. It's that simple. Oh, but I'm going to lose a bit of money, but you're going to lose more money having that temptation there than you are selling it and losing a bit of money that way. I promise you, I promise you, I promise you, I promise you, you are going to lose more money keeping the temptation than you are if you actually lose a bit of money, sell it, and buy a new laptop or something like that. I promise you. I promise you. Getting rid of that temptation is so valuable. It's got such a high ROI, return on investment, that it's so worth doing. Just get rid of it, man. You don't need it. All the games on your phone, what's wrong with you? Delete them. If the person who you want to be in the future doesn't play video games, so you have to act like that person now, and that's what's so important. So just delete every game launcher, get rid of every gaming device that you have. It's going to be hard because it is an addiction, but that's what's going to build your willpower. You know, you're going to become stronger mentally and you're going to be able to handle those situations more. And this isn't something that just clicks and happens straight away. You know, like I was probably trying to quit for a year, 2 years. 2 years, I'd say. And sometimes I still even have some kind of relapse. It does happen. I remember a few months back where I got like a cloud gaming thing, and I played a video game for like a week. That addiction kicked back in again. But I suppose that's where developing the willpower comes in, because I was able to stop myself because I knew that I was doing the bad thing that I don't like doing. Another thing, if you've got friends who play loads of video games, honestly, they're not good for you. Like, they're not going to change with you. They're not going to change for you. They're not going to respect your change. You know, getting into a new environment is just so incredibly important. I was in college and I wasn't doing any work. I was just playing video games, more video games, every single night. Every single night. I'd come home and I'd play video games. I get 3 hours of sleep and I'd do it all again. We all play Valorant or Terraria or whatever game. We just play again and again and again and again. And it's like, oh, let's go to bed after this round. Oh, but we won this round. It's so fun. Let's play on. And you don't stop because you're addicted. And I knew I was just so depressed in that environment, and I knew that the environment was doing me no favors. Those friends were doing me no favors. And at first I thought I was depressed after COVID because I had no friends. And then I made these friends, and that only made things worse because I was just playing more video games. So I took the decision to drop out of college and get a part-time job. And that was an amazing decision because I needed to get out of that environment. I needed to get away from those people and just ghost them. Make new friends, make friends who don't play video games. So honestly, just changing your environment and getting around different people and leaving the people who are actually damaging you behind, you know? And it sounds so weird, like they're your friends. You don't want to leave your friends. Your friends are your friends, you know. You love your friends and you have a lot of shared moments together. But if your friends aren't actually helping you achieve the things that you really want from life, then they're not good friends. They're not good friends. they're not only, they are like you, they are also damaging themselves by playing these video games, if they know or not. And by involving you, they are also damaging you. And if they know that, even worse, because they know how much they're damaging you. They know that it's bad for you too. But they don't care, because as long as they have someone, crabs in a bucket, as long as they have someone else in there with them, that's fine. So, yeah. But I think the most important thing is understanding that this kind of stuff takes time, and that sounds so stupid. Like, well, yeah, of course it takes time, but it took me 2 years to get all this stuff, right? 2 years, and that wasn't easy. There was a lot of going back and giving up and not trusting myself, but now I'm at a point where I just don't play video games, and like, sure, I could be tempted, and sure they could be there, and but I wouldn't fall back into that habit ever again. Not for a long period of time. Never. You know, that's just not the person I am anymore, and it makes me like kind of like ugh, like I hate the idea of becoming that person again. So I suppose once you become a different person, and you slowly become a different person over time, you'll just like you'll begin to dislike the previous version of yourself. You've got to remember, you're always evolving, you're always changing, you're becoming the 2.0 version of yourself, 3.0 version of yourself, and that past version is like just dead in the water. Just don't try and be like the old version of yourself, because it doesn't benefit you. So the actionable steps that we spoke about is get rid of your gaming device, get rid of your PC, your console, your laptop, whatever you're playing on, sell it or bin it, whatever. Delete every game. If you are keeping the laptop, whatever, delete everything from it. Just get rid of it all. Every video game, every possible way you can play, just get rid of it, bin it, and gone. And then it's time to slowly build your willpower up and just try and not do it. Fill up your time by doing other things, because you can't just get rid of something, you have to replace it, right? So whether that's reading it, whether that's working on your business, whether that's hanging out with friends, or whatever it is you choose to do, it's going to be harder, because it's not going to fill you with as much dopamine, but it will be good for you. So you should try as hard as you possibly can to do that, So yeah, that's it. That's how I did it, and now I'm at a great place, and I hope that you can get to a great place as well. And it does take time, and it is hard, but it's so worth the effort, and it's so worth the hardship, and it's so worth the like. It's just annoying. Do you know what I mean? It's worth the annoyance, because you want to play and it feels good and it's fun and you're gonna cope, but it's just not worth it, man. And like the fact that you play is just such a loser thing, and stop playing. The achievement of no longer doing it. It's not even a big achievement. Like, it's just like most people don't even touch video games. Granted, most people have other drugs like scrolling or actual drugs and going out. But giving up video games is like such a minor achievement that it shouldn't be as hard as it is, but it just depends on what kind of experience you've had in life. So yeah, keep up the good work, and just keep at it, man, because you're gonna get there. I promise you. Just keep at it, bro.